Shalom. Look, the recent exposure of a network of traders deeply implanted into the Flat Earth movement for years is a great opportunity for us to learn about our enemy's mind, but also to realize how important is the Flat Earth movement for mankind. Okay, now the first thing that comes into my mind is what is said about a 24-hour sun that will be seen in Antarctica will debunk Flat Earth.
No, you cannot comprehend that if there's a sun that goes around somebody in Antarctica, then the Earth cannot be flat.
Well, that might make sense for a lot of people, but when you analyze what he says, it does not make sense, especially coming from him. Why? Because what has already been proven cannot be unproven. What has already been established as true cannot be debunked. And that guy, Jeran Campanella, did contribute in proving that the Earth is flat many times for years.
You mentioned that the ground always being flat, and I agree. I've measured it flat. I've done laser tests. I've done mirror flash observations.
So now by saying this, he insinuates that actually Flat Earth is still a theory. And in the same time that everything is done so far for Flat Earth is not valid. Now, but about him saying that if a 24-hour sun was being observed, is making himself a Freudian slip. It's called a Freudian slip. That means that he's saying what his mind thinks of, but in opposition to what he's trying to tell. Because it doesn't say, if the sun was being observed in Antarctica for 24 hours, then it will debunk Flat Earth. No, it says, if a 24-hour sun.
If there's a sun that goes around somebody in Antarctica, does a 24-hour circling sun in the south debunk the AE map?
Why a sun? Well, I'll tell you. Today, China, Korea, many countries are rushing to try to build like artificial suns. And China is almost ready into a new version of a technological, advanced artificial sun using a nuclear power that cannot be observed, as like a series of LED lights, So you understand now why they're doing all this, because it is possible, of course, and he's right, that a 24 hours sun made in China, turning around Antarctica, could debunk in the eyes of many, Flat Earth, but in fact, it will only debunk the globe, proving how desperate are these people investing trillions in order to prove that, the Earth is a globe is so important for them. You understand? So that's something small, but it's interesting to notice this. Then also you're going to see that later he corrects himself and he says the sun and not a sun anymore in all the videos. Okay, now check it out. On Eddie Alencar's video exposing Jeran, there were a lot of comments. Now, when you look at Jeran commenting these comments, it comes at one point to my own comment when I said that it seems like a mole has been removed. And, well, I'll let you see what he says.
Seems like a mole has been removed. No, I'm still here. Why would anybody think I would ever go away because of you numbskulls?
So you see, he doesn't even contest the fact that he's a mole. He only contests the fact that he has been removed. And I explain you why. Because now it just been discovered as being a mole. He doesn't care about this. What he cares about is to still be active and to be listened to by the Flat Earth people. Because now he's just going into an attack speed, ramming speed, towards his objective, which was to implode the Flat Earth. So now he's going to start accusing everybody of lying, accusing the entire movement of not being truthful, accusing the movement of being a Christian, oriented, movement. And this is what he's doing now. That's the plan B. You are caught, no problem, deny everything, accuse everybody, and keep on, focusing on your objective to implode the movement. And that's what he's doing. Okay, so now you see that he's going to accuse everybody of lying about him, of course. This is what he does, trying to give everybody his own face.
Think because you lie about me, I'd go away? Oh, these guys are lying. I got to go. These guys are lying about me. I've got a conscience. Obviously, Banjo does not. He just goes down here and lies. I'm not a pathetic fucking liar. Banjo, the Christian liar.
Then, of course, you're going to see him now accusing the entire flat earth movement of being unworthy, of lying also. You see? Slowly.
I used to think flat earth made people better. It makes people worse. I'm reading through a comment section of truthers that are all wrong. This is not just this video. If I go to any Level Earth Observer video, all wrong. It becomes comical. I'm in a truth community where everybody's wrong. What? It's not a truth community. What are we talking about? This is the lie community. We're part of the lie community. We're not part of the truth community.
Then now you see how he starts cursing, insulting, just like that Professor Dave is doing all the time. And Maktoon also. And it's a matter of fact that Maktoon was the first one, or among the first ones, let's say like this, to defend him on Facebook, And you can see also now how most Globers defend him. So that's interesting. Now, what's even more interesting is that you can see the number of fake flat earthers that were in the flat earth movement as sleeping cells and now surfacing in the comments and, of course, accusing the flat earth movement of being unfair, for accusing Jeran and using of all kinds of nonsense the Globers use in their comments. So you can imagine how much investment, has been involved into that mission. And actually, we have to respect that. It is, we are at war. Our enemy worked hard, in order to try to implode us. It won't work for him, but actually, it's probably what I would have done, if I was in their position. I probably wouldn't have done that with a guy like Jeran that, actually, blew it up, stupidly. But, well, that was, expectable. And, well, let's see what happens next now. Now, when Jeran is insulting Christianity in such a despicable way, knowing that he has a reputation, a name into the flat earth movement, and that he should have a responsibility, because when you got a name into a movement, of course, you know that everything you're going to say is going to be heard by a lot of people. So you have to be careful about what you say. So by purposely insulting a big part of the flat earth community, war God believers, war Christians.
If you build your house on the rock that is Jesus, you lie about other people. This is a fucking Christian. Christians, you're sickening. You sicken me. You hear me? You don't go around telling people how you live like Jesus, how you worship the Bible, how you love God and all this stuff, and then you lie about other people. Do you see how people can get away with this Christian idea? Oh, I'm a Christian. Oh, then everything you say is right. Oh, you must be right about Jeran. It's a disgusting scapegoat, really. It's a disgusting excuse for being a disgusting human being.
It is clear that he wants to implode the movement, to create a crack in the movement, and to put on one side, the Christians and the Bible, believers, and the other ones on the other side. Maybe create like two flat earth movements. But there is something that also closes that file on him, is that, the consciousness of the earth being flat with a dome on it automatically leads to the consciousness that there is a God. A flat earther cannot be a real flat earther without, having the consciousness that there is a God. Doesn't matter if he's a Christian, a Jew, a Buddhist, whatever, or even an atheist that starts realizing that there is a God. Doesn't matter. But that goes with this. Flat earth leads to the truth and leads to the recognition of God and of his creation, the way he created it. So whoever rejects the Bible, rejects God or rejects other people's beliefs who lead to that conclusion cannot be flat earthers. You understand? So all this makes it obvious that Jeran Campanella is part of a ongoing and falling mission of infiltration of the flat earth movement in order to implode it and to divide it. And that mission, of course, as I said, is a falling mission, is not going to be, accomplished, and actually is going to make the flat earth movement much stronger by shedding light on how important it is for, the people behind that globe theory to destroy our movements and how much they are willing to invest into it. So that's very important for us to understand, because again, we're part of a big war that goes way, way beyond, just the shape and the mechanisms of the earth. So God help us. And I believe that we should react. We should react to that attempt to break us. Let's see what we can do. Okay, now when you think about it, it is not the first time that a nice-looking flat earther just rises among the flat earth community and then suddenly vanishes or breaks away. This story reminds me of that charming woman called Patricia Steer, and that at one point was also very influential into the flat earth movement, and then suddenly just, broke away for no apparent reason, or at least no reason that I could, understand. So what brings me to, to think about her is that I've just seen like a comment of her about Jeran, supporting Jeran, and saying that maybe we've, taken his words out of context, or, so I'd like to address, an answer to this, and to all the people that like Jeran or even love Jeran, just to remember what Moses said at one point.
Love cannot drown truth, Nefertiti.
Okay, in conclusion, I just wanted to tell you not to worry. This is normal. Those are normal reactions of the people we have in front of us because we are at war. So hang tough. This is nothing. Here in Israel, we are used to wars. It's nothing. Just hang tough, be tough, and you'll see that, all this is going to be for the better, and that we're going to come out stronger and bigger and more organized, out of all this very good experience.